Hello friends, my name is Faye and you're watching Mystery Date with a Book. We're here again for another wrap-up. Right, November wrap-up. I read 8 books in November. Not too bad, not too bad. It could have been better, but still, I'm kind of happy with how everything went. I managed to finish all my books by the very last day of November, so I'm starting December fresh. I have 3 different books on the go already, but you know, it's life. Okay, so we're gonna start with the first one, which I read at the very end of October, and I forgot to include that into our October wrap-up, and that was Goosebumps. It's called The Werewolf of something something. It's one of the Goosebumps books. I'm gonna leave here. Yeah, I'm gonna sit in here. There you go. I'm gonna put the book up here. So yes, I forgot to include that, and I read that for Halloween, and that was brilliant. I don't think I gave it a high star rating. I think it was about 3. It was okay, but it took way too long for the action to actually start, for the werewolf to actually come up in the story. So, I took a few stars off for that. Anyway, okay. These books are not in the right reading order, by the way. It's just what I have here on my bullet journal. I mixed them all up in the order. I don't know. Don't ask. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so another book I read in November was On the Come Up by Angie Thomas. Honestly, I could read anything that this woman writes. Anything. I love her writing style. It's just so casual, so easy to read. And this is such a good story as well. It's about Brie, this girl who wants to be a rapper. She wants to be a singer. And her family's going through tough times. So she feels like it's her responsibility, to make it as a rapper, to keep her family off the streets. They're about to go homeless, like they're in a really bad situation right now. And yeah, it's just a really, really good book. I was expecting a little bit more from the end. Like, it was kind of like a watered down ending. Like, I don't know, it could have been better. But the story itself was so good. I enjoyed reading this so much. And yeah, I dropped it on the car park once, and now it's all ruined. Like, look at that. It's dirty and ugh. But still, the story was really good. Okay, then I got a book from the library, which is called The Poet X by Elizabeth Azevedo, something Azevedo, and oh my goodness, such a good book. Now, I have to say, I read The Poet X, and then straight away I read On the Come Up by Angie Thomas, and there were so many similarities. I started getting the 2 stories mixed up. I mean, they were both books were about a 16-year-old African-American girl living in a poor neighborhood, going through tough times. Their dads were either absent or dead, and their moms were unreliable. I mean, as much as they loved their children, they weren't like your lovey-dovey mother. No. One was, let me see if I remember. One was extremely religious. She put religion above all else, above her family and all that. So she was a bit of a scary mom. And the other one, she used to be a drug addict. Oh, I can't say that. She used to be a drug addict, but she's struggling to get a job. Her children are scared that she's going to go back into drugs. So it's a whole thing. And they both also had very loving, supportive teachers. Teacher life, hello. And they both wanted to do something artistic. Like, one of them wanted to be a rapper. The other one wanted to, what is it called? Slam poetry. She wanted to do slam poetry. And so they both kept little notebooks writing all the time. And it was just so similar in a way. I mean, they're completely different books, but there were so many similarities that I started getting mixed up and confused, and yeah, that was not good. I shouldn't have read both books on the same month, like one straight after the other, actually. I should have given it a break, but yeah. Oh well, I didn't know. Okay, then I listened to Binti. Can't remember who it's by right now. I listened to it on audiobook. I'm gonna leave it up there. Binti, it's about this girl who she lives in a like a tribe, and she goes to this intergalactic university. She's the first of her kind to be accepted into that university. She's extremely bright, extremely intelligent, and she goes into that university and things happen. I'm not going to spoil anything, but you know, there are all sorts of alien life, and I think it's only 20% of the university students are actually human beings. Everyone else is, you know, from different species, but it's just brilliant. It took me a while to get into that book, I have to say, but once I got into it, it was fine. And it's a really short book. I think the audiobook is only about 2.5 hours or something like that, so it was really easy to get through, and yeah, I enjoyed it. Okay, then I read this wonderful, wonderful book, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone by J.K. Rowling. This was read for the Triwizardathon, which I failed miserably. Like, I got through the first task, but then I kind of derailed on the second task and I gave up. Yeah. Well, if you want to see the vlog, it's a very cozy winter reading vlog. I'm gonna put it up there. And yeah, this book is amazing. I loved the illustrations. I loved being back in that world. I forgot how much I missed it. I didn't realize how much I had been missing this world, these characters. And yeah, oh my goodness, I need to get my hands on the second illustrated edition, you know, Chamber of Secrets, so I can carry on with the series in the illustrated edition. I can't speak today, oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Then, let me see, then I listened to 2 more audiobooks. They are a middle grade series written by James Patterson. It's Maximum Rider. I read numbers 1 and 2. I'm going to put it up here. And it was really, really good. It's about this group, I think there's 5 or 6, I think it's 6 children between the ages of 6 and 14. And they were genetically modified. There was this big experiment that experimented on their DNA, and they have some bird DNA within them. I think there's only 5% of their DNA that comes from bird DNA. So they have wings, they can fly, they can sense things that we can't, humans can't. And it's just brilliant. It's really, really good. It sounds a bit weird, you know, like bird children flying around, but it's really good. They're trying to bring down this corporation that kidnapped them as babies and, you know, did this to them. So it was really good. It was really interesting. I've listened to the first 2. I need to get on to the third one. And yes, I highly recommend it. Then the last book I read was Sweet Pea by C.J. Scuse. This is a bit of a funny one. Not funny, haha, but funny. This is about this girl, this woman actually, and she works in an office. She has a boyfriend. She has, you know, a few friends. She seems like this normal 28-year-old, 29. I don't know how old she is, but anyway, yeah, she seems like this normal girl, but she's not quite so normal. She has very aggressive thoughts, very violent thoughts. She kills people sometimes. She has like a hit list of sorts, especially if she finds out about a man who is mistreating women or, you know, children or anyone else, anyone who's more vulnerable. She will go and find that guy and she will kill him. And that happens quite a few times, but it sounds really, really good, but it caught me off guard because I don't know if everyone thinks about stuff like that, or if she is just like a psychopath. I think that's what she is. I think it's just a character. She thinks about threatening people. She thinks about hurting people in a way that's very, it's very, I don't know how to explain it. She's always thinking about other people's private parts. Let's just say. She seems a bit obsessed with hurting other people's private parts. I'm gonna keep this very PG, okay? Yeah, so if she imagines herself killing someone, if someone calls her Sweet Pea, for example, which is the name of the book, she doesn't like that. She doesn't like it when people call her Sweet Pea. If somebody does, and, it gets on her nerves and all that, if they make it onto her hit list, she's going to picture herself burning their private parts, or, cutting them off, or, anything like that. It's always focused on people's private parts, which I thought was a bit disturbing. Like, it was too much. I don't think we needed that much focus on, body parts. It came to a point that every single paragraph had a mention of somebody's parts. Every single paragraph. Then that was, in the beginning of the book. But then towards the end, it kind of waters down. It kind of, phases out. Which I don't know if the editor said something or if somebody complained. I don't know. Because the character didn't really change that much, so it wasn't her. But yeah, at the beginning, it kind of shocked me because in every single page, you get at least 4 or 5 mentions of, there you go, of very vulgar, in a way, descriptions of body parts. And I really didn't like this. It's not a bad book. That's not what I'm saying. It's just a different style to what I'm used to. I'm not used to all this talk about, what you're gonna do to people's things. Yeah. So, not my style, but this is a very popular book. It's well written. Apart from typos or spelling mistakes, I don't know what they were, but they really stress me out. Anyway, I'm not a big fan. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, moving on. Okay, so that was it. My 8 books for the month of November. I hope you've enjoyed this wrap up. Okay, so if you like this video, you know what to do. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.